Time for some weekend getaway ideas. Pat Pattison, best of California. We're headed up to the Central Coast to the Guadalupe-Nipomo Dunes. You go to the Dune Center and see all the artifacts from the Cecil B. DeMille silent film 10 Commandments that were buried under the dunes. We did a little video about it. Oso Flaco Lake. You got to check this place out. Beautiful, beautiful walk out to the dunes and the ocean. And then while you're in that area, Orcutt, which has these great places to eat. And if you have time, over to Jocko's in Nipomo for great steak. So a nice little grouping there in the Central Coast. I'm Pat Pattison, and I love California. Amazing legend Cecil B. DeMille and his sister Agnes DeMille here at Hollywood Forever. He left something up at the Guadalupe Dunes. Let's go check it out.
It was the biggest set ever built for the most expensive movie that had ever been made.
The silent version of Cecil B. DeMille's epic, The 10 Commandments.
I feel like I'm on the set of Lawrence of Arabia. This is the Guadalupe Dunes. We're looking out over the area where some of those incredible artifacts from Cecil B. DeMille's silent version of the 10 Commandments were discovered. So this is an incredible preserve, beautiful spot, but also a piece of Hollywood history, because right out here we had excavations.
We start running up this sand dune, and we see a lot of debris all over the surface.
But it had to be a Cecil B. DeMille set that archaeologists would be digging up.
So here's another artifact from Cecil B. DeMille's 10 Commandments. The set was mentioned in his autobiography in 1959. It had pretty much been forgotten to history, and a number of Hollywood historians, I'm one of them, knew about it and always wondered, if it was down there. It was really covered up and nobody knew, and so a process was started back in the 80s to start getting permits to be able to dig up some of the dunes and see if it was there, and lo and behold, here it was.
All of that broken plaster that you see is just the exposed surface pieces of those pharaoh statues. You want to get an idea of scale? That's a person standing there.
In 2012, we were actually able to do enough fundraising to lead a archaeological project out there, and they unearthed a Sphinx.
That Sphinx, buried for nearly 90 years, has been partially restored and is on display at the Guadalupe Dune Center, along with other artifacts from the film.
And I'm with Alexis Elias, and she is the interim director of the center. And Alexis, I had no idea this is here, and you have the biggest collection of some of the lost articles of Hollywood history right here in Guadalupe.
Yeah, we do. Most people that walk into this museum say that exact same thing.
Where did this stuff come from?
Yeah, I get people coming in here asking if these are real Egyptian artifacts, which is kind of funny, but wow. I mean, they look so real, but no, they are artifacts from a movie. Yeah. But it's kind of funny. They're real artifacts from a movie, right? So people often are like, wait, are they real or fake? What are they?
It's Hollywood history now, real history. What are the pyramids? So, and the story is Cecil B. DeMille shot the 10 Commandments out here on the dunes to look like Egypt, I guess. And when he got through, the set was buried. Is that what happened?
So there are different stories. Basically, some people say buried, but because of the way that the dunes work, with the wind, it's a very dynamic ecosystem. So were they buried or were they left there and then just covered over time? We're not really sure. But yeah, so they were buried eventually.
Yeah, and whether it was nature or man, and I know I've seen some pictures of local children back at the time playing on them and that kind of thing. So it was a little bit maybe of an attraction before they disappeared.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a local secret where people would go, and we have a picture of a man standing on the Sphinx in the 30s, which is why we don't think necessarily it was buried. But we don't have any pictures of the set. We just, have that one random.
No Instagram? There were no Instagram happen?
Unfortunately, no.
The selfies weren't happening. So tell me a little bit about, I know a documentary was made. Now, how was the center involved in the excavations?
So we managed, and the acting director at the time, Doug Jensen, led the entire project. So he was actually in the sand digging. He was working with Applied Earthwork. They managed the excavation, and also we worked with Peter Brosnan, who was the director of that documentary, The Lost City of DeMille. And so everybody came together to find these objects.
And I know you even had representation from local Native American.
Yes, we have a Chumash representative on site to make sure that if anything is found, they can, define where it's from. If it's from the 20s when they were in the set, if it's an artifact from that, or maybe if it's even older, like a Chumash artifact.
Because a lot of locals were used in the film, right?
Yeah, so there's actually one specific scene where they recruited residents of Guadalupe. It's the Exodus scene where the Israelites are leaving the city. So that's kind of Guadalupe's little 15 minutes of fame, where they asked everyone, bring your mom, bring your sister, bring everyone, yeah.
So, I mean, Best of California, we love to cover California history. Now to switch gears real quickly, because Alexis' real background is as a scientist and preservationist, and you're here also to do what?
Educate people. We want to educate people about the extremely diverse ecosystem that we're so fortunate to live in. The Central Coast is amazing, and specifically the dunes. The dunes are one of a kind. They're so unique. It's the largest coastal dune complex on the West Coast or south of San Francisco. There are a number of endangered species that are only found in the dunes, so it's really, really important for us to protect and preserve this area because these plants and animals will be lost.
So everything's very fragile here. And I encourage you, come to Guadalupe and see the Dune Center and meet Alexis and contribute to this place. Like any nonprofit, particularly in smaller towns, it needs support. This is a wonderful facility, particularly to see these artifacts from Hollywood history. And that's our look at the Guadalupe Dunes and the incredible story of Cecil B. DeMille's Lost City. Now let's keep going. Oso Flaco Lake, incredible hidden gem in the state park system. Oso Flaco meaning skinny bear. Casper de Portolo's guys came here, ate a skinny bear, and got very sick. The reason they got sick is the local Indians fed the bears tainted meat so that the bears would die and not compete for food. So it was a bit of a chain reaction. There's a causeway that goes out to the ocean and a walkway. We're going to go check it out and see where that ocean is. Come on. I'm Pat Pattison, and I love California. Little uneven sidewalk here, which is fun. Obviously, this is here to protect the dunes because they're very fragile. The snowy plover is protected here. It used to be that ATVs could run all over the place. They still can. They're still protected areas. We're going to check out an ATV, but this is all preserved like only the California state parks know how to do. We love the state parks. Wow, and this is the pre-dunes, which is just the part of the dunes before the ocean. Most of California had these dunes before they were developed. Amazing to come here and see what it used to be like. So we're getting fog, we're getting shade, we're getting sunshine. This is incredible. What an amazing natural resource we have here. And we are getting very close to the ocean. And I am fine. It's not a very far walk. Oh my gosh, look at that. The Pacific Ocean, my favorite. Pristine, beautiful dunes. level walkway all the way out, 1.5 miles, easy access. You got to come up here, Santa Maria Valley. This is how the beachfront of California used to look before it got developed. And these dunes were everywhere. And this part has been preserved. It goes down quite a ways. Guadalupe to the south of us. You can see all of San Luis Bay. This is San Luis Bay going out to the point out there. Beautiful, beautiful. Santa Maria Valley, you gotta check this place out. So Orcutt, this is incredible. The Pizzeria Bellaforno. I had the stone fruit pizza. Jeff, our illustrious cameraman, had the 3-beer naughty oak. Incredible, you gotta check out this place, Orcutt. So we're at Kay's Country Kitchen. We're in Orcutt. I ordered the veggie omelet. Jeff got the Mediterranean scramble. I got fruit instead of hash browns. But just so I have something to look forward to, I've also got a short stack of pancakes. Great coffee. I'm an orange juice nut, so I love to check out the orange juice. Fresh orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. One of my favorite things in the morning. Old Town Orcutt, you gotta check it out when you're here in the Santa Maria Valley. I'm here at Jocko's in Nipomo with Shelly McHenry, the kitchen manager. And Shelly, I just had a meal and it was incredible. And tell me a little bit, how long has this place been here?
This place started like across the corner in 1886 and then went across the street to the other corner. And then this building has been here since 1960. And we've just been renovating it now this past couple years. So.
And same family owner
all this time.
And you were telling me a fascinating story that the owner was over in Japan.
Yes, and she saw a bumper sticker that said Jocko's, follow me to Jocko's, and she took a picture of it.
Wow, world famous. And I just had the Spencer steak. What's the favorite here at Jocko's?
The favorite here is the Spencer steak. It's like a ribeye.
Unbelievably good.
It's really good.
And when I pulled up, I made the joke that I thought maybe there was a fair nearby. I mean, there's got to be a couple hundred cars in your parking lot.
Oh, it's always that way, every night.
Wow.
It's actually slow tonight compared to what it usually is on a Saturday.
Because of the rain.
Oh, you know, they come in the rain too.
And are most of your customers local or from?
You know, I'd say like 40% are local, but 60% are, you know, come from Southern California, Northern California, over from Bakersfield and that.
Yeah, and how do most people find out about you? Word of mouth?
It's word of mouth.
This is a little off the beaten path.
It is way off the beaten path.
I mean,
but this street right here, Thompson, used to be Highway 1.
I got you. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, that makes sense. And so Nipomo's population, do you know?
I don't. Oh, I think it's like 16,000.
Okay. So yeah.
16,400 and something, I believe.
So you gotta come try Jocko's Steakhouse here in Nipomo. And I'm here with Randy Anderson from Colorado Springs. Used to be in LA.
Yes.
What made you come to Jocko's?
I heard from my Uber driver that it's one of the best steakhouses ever.
The Uber driver knows.
The Uber knows.
And you're vacationing where?
Pismo Beach, and I eat usually in another steakhouse, which is the best. So I decided I'm going to check this one out to make sure this is the best.
And when you drove up, were you like me? Did you think there was a fair or festival? There were so many cars?
Yes, there were so many cars, and this opened at 4, and I thought, well, I'm going to beat the crowd, but no.
And we're here in the breezeway, which gives us a view of the kitchen. And we kind of are a special group. Randy and I got to know each other because we're alone here in the breezeway.
Yes.
Randy
the breezeway.
became the official greeter of the breezeway.
Yes, I have. Anytime someone walks by, I welcome them to the breezeway.
So what are you going to tell the people back in Colorado Springs about Jocko's?
I don't know yet. I haven't gotten my steak.
Well, we're going to wait for the steak. Standing by. back with Randy from Colorado Springs. Bit of a wait.
Yes, it was.
Okay, but what do you think?
It's yummy. It's worth the wait, for sure.
And the breezeway was an
The
experience.
breezeway is a definite experience. I've never had one like this at all.
And you said, in terms of getting a reservation, this was.
Would not do a reservation for one person.
It
And
was.
when I came in, it was a 2-hour wait for a table.
But the breezeway. Use the breezeway. Come on.
Look, wait, watch.
I think we should expand the breezeway. Randy, you're a lot of fun.
Really
You're a lot of
good.
fun.
It was
So
nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you and have fun.
You made my meal really lovely.
So that's our getaway idea for this week. Tune in next week for another one. Pat Pattison, best of California. Keep traveling. Talk to you soon. I'm Pat Pattison, and I love California.